This is a video to show you how to simplify radical expressions. So we're going to start with the square root of 32. So remember, the first thing we have to do is list out all the factors. So I already did this ahead of time to save us time. So I have 1 times 32, 2 times 16, and 4 times 8. So when choosing a pair, we got to pick a perfect square. So 16 is a perfect square, and 4 is a perfect square. So remember, anytime that we have more than one option, we always want to choose the perfect square that's bigger. So 16 is bigger than 4, so we're going to use that one. So we rewrite the square root of 32 as 2 times 16. Then we break it apart. So the square root of 2 times the square root of 16. And remember, we can break them apart because they're both under the radical and they're multiplied. So we're not changing anything, we're just separating them. So the square root of 2 cannot be simplified, so it stays the square root of 2. And the square root of 16 is 4. Remember, once you take the square root of a number, the square root sign, the radical, goes away. So it's just 4. But we always want to write our coefficient in front, so we write 4 square root 2. So that's our answer. Okay, I have 2 square root 20. So if I have a 2 on the outside, it still just means multiplication. But let's just worry about the 20 for right now. So the factors of 20 are 1 times 20, 2 times 10, and 4 times 5. Well, the only perfect square I have is 4, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to leave the 2 outside, and we're multiplying. So 2 times the square root of 4 times 5. So again, we break them apart. So I'm going to have 2 times the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. Okay, the 2 doesn't go anywhere, it just stays. I'm going to simplify the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2. And then I can't simplify the square root of 5, so it stays the square root of 5. Now we multiply these outside ones together. 2 times 2 is 4. So I have 4 square root 5. And that's my simplified radical. Alright, last one, the square root of 54. So here are my factors: 1 times 54, 2 times 27, 3 times 18, and 6 times 9. So the only perfect square I see is 9. So that's the pair that we're going to use. So I rewrite this as a square root of 6 times 9. I break them apart to separate them. So the square root of 6 times the square root of 9. Okay, the square root of 6 we can't simplify, so we just rewrite it. We keep it underneath the radical. And the square root of 9 is 3. So just like we did in the first example, we always want the coefficient in front. So I rewrite this as 3 square root 6. And that's it.